Hi and welcome to Solantic. I am Jordi and in today's tutorial we'll be creating a wrap around a grooved stone for the center of a necklace or a bracelet. I'll start with a round shaped stone and later demonstrate the technique using a teardrop shaped stone. If you're only interested on the teardrop shape, please skip to minute 7 of the video. I apologize for using my own voice instead of the perfect AI voice. Unfortunately, I've been scammed by the company Blackify or UTRRR, where I bought a lifetime license. It seems they have now disappeared, and I am one of the affected users. So, from now on, I'll be using my own voice. I know my English may not be as clear, but please focus on my hands, the pliers and the wire. Thank you for supporting this channel and my work. For this technique I use 22 gauge brass wire, but feel free to experiment with other gauges or metals. We'll begin by using round nose pliers to shape the pattern. If you've seen any of the sun pendant video tutorials on this channel, the technique is similar. We'll start by going up the first mountain, and then keep repeating the same loop until we can wrap around the stone. I try to use the same part of the pliers for each loop, so that they are all approximately the same size. I wasn't entirely successful on this tutorial, but you'll get the idea. Once I've done several loops, I stop and check the size of the wrap to ensure I don't exceed the entire perimeter. We should stop when there is a space of less than one loop between the last loop and the first loop. This step is crucial. You need to stop the wrap before it completes the full perimeter, leaving a distance of less than one loop. This remaining wire will be used to press and lock the wrap once we finish. For each loop, we won't just use one motion. Instead, we'll weave it with 2 or 3 movements. This helps to keep our wrists comfortable and ensures that the wire follows the shape of the pliers precisely. By doing this, we can make a small loop that matches the plier shape. Once we've reached the size that we need, we will cut the extra wire, but leave enough to put inside the first loop. We will then place the wire around the groove and gently use our fingers to start pulling the end wire, trying not to lose the shape of the pattern. Once the wire is more or less fixed, we will cut the extra wire and start to work with the flat pliers to pull a bit more on the little wire so the first and last loops finally come together. we will ensure that the pattern is completely fixed around the groove, and the final touch to secure it will be to use the round nose pliers again. Every 4 or 5 loops, we'll insert them into the loop and twist slightly to make sure the coil is firmly attached to the stone. And that's it. Now you can use jam rings to add the square flowers we learned about in the last tutorial, creating beautiful bracelets or necklaces like the one you see on the screen. Now let's work on the teardrop shaped stone. For this shape, we'll follow the same steps, but we'll start and end the coil at the tip of the teardrop. First, use the round nose pliers to create the initial loop. As before, we'll form several loops, stopping occasionally to check the size and ensure we don't exceed the stone's perimeter. Remember to stop when there's a space of less than 1 loop between the last loop and the first loop. Once we have the desired number of loops, cut the extra wire, leaving enough to tuck inside the first loop. Position the wire around the groove of the teardrop and use your fingers to gently pull the end wire without distorting the pattern. When the wire is somewhat fixed, trim the excess and use flat pliers to pull the small wire tighter, bringing the first and last loops together. Secure the pattern around the groove. To ensure the coil is firmly attached to the stone, use the round nose pliers again to twist every 4 or 5 loops slightly. And there you have it. Now you can use jam rings to add additional elements and create stunning pieces of jewelry. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends. A big thank you to my Patreons for their support. If you'd like to join the Solantic Patreon community, check the link in the description. Thank you for your support.